What if the way you talk to yourself is sabotaging everything you want in life? This isn't just a question. It's the very key to your transformation. Our minds are magnificent gardens, and our words are the seeds we plant each day. I struggled with this myself, darling. I felt stuck in patterns that seemed impossible to break. Until one morning, during meditation, I realized the profound connection between my words and my reality. The missing link between affirmations and what neuroscience confirms about our beautiful minds. In this video, I'm sharing the exact 3-day protocol that transformed not only my life, but thousands of others. What makes this approach different is that timing matters more than the words themselves. Affirmations create neural pathways that support what you actually want. Your mind is listening to every word. Let's replace unconscious thoughts with love, abundance, and healing. All is well. You are exactly where you need to be to begin this transformation. My darlings, did you know that every single day you speak about 16,000 words to yourself? These aren't just passing thoughts. They're powerful energy patterns that mold your perception, your feelings, and even your precious body. I've witnessed this truth through my own healing journey. Just last month, a dear client came to me, utterly convinced she couldn't advance in her career. "I'm just not leadership material," she'd tell herself daily. This wasn't merely a fleeting doubt. It was programming her magnificent brain on a neurological level. Each time you repeat a negative thought, your wonderful brain strengthens that neural pathway. Imagine walking through a beautiful forest. With each journey along the same route, the path becomes more defined and worn, eventually feeling like the only possible way forward. Your thoughts create these mental pathways in exactly the same way. This wisdom I've taught for decades bridges perfectly with what science now confirms. Neurological research shows that negative self-talk triggers stress hormones like cortisol, which, when elevated, can weaken your immune system, increase inflammation, and even alter your genetic expression. Your inner dialogue is literally changing your biochemistry with each thought you choose. What fascinates me most is that your brilliant brain doesn't distinguish between what's happening in your physical environment and what you're vividly imagining through your words. When you constantly tell yourself stories about your limitations, your brain processes these thoughts as instructions, as your reality. It then filters your experiences to match these expectations, causing you to notice evidence that confirms your beliefs while overlooking the abundant good that contradicts them. I've always thought of the mind as a garden. Your words are either planting seeds of magnificent possibility or weeds of limitation. You continuously focus on what's wrong, what you lack, or why you can't succeed. You're essentially planting and watering weeds that will eventually overtake your mental landscape. But when you choose words of hope, capability, and worthiness, oh, my dear ones, planting flowers that will bloom into the most beautiful experiences. In my work with thousands of precious souls, I discovered something remarkable. Specific thought patterns were consistently linked to specific physical conditions, and changing those thought patterns often resulted in improvement or healing. This fundamental truth has guided my life's work. What we think about ourselves becomes the truth for us. If we tell ourselves we're unlovable, we'll act from that belief. If we tell ourselves we're worthy of love, that becomes our beautiful truth instead. The wonderful news is that this power works just as strongly in a positive direction. When you become conscious of your words and begin to change them, everything can shift. Thoughts create your feelings drive your actions, and your actions determine your results. Imagine, dear one, if you began to speak to yourself with kindness, with encouragement, with absolute certainty in your gifts and your worth. How might your life begin to transform? What might become possible that previously seemed beyond your reach? Those 16,000 daily words are literally building the neural architecture of your brain, determining what you notice, what you feel capable of, and what you believe is possible. As you repeat positive affirmations, you create new neural pathways that make positivity your brain's default setting. This awareness of your inner dialogue is the first step in your beautiful transformation. Every word you speak to yourself is either lifting you toward your highest potential or holding you in patterns that no longer serve you. Remember, my loves, in the infinity of life where you are, all is perfect, whole, and complete. Those patterns of limitation aren't random. They're actually a carefully constructed blueprint, designed years ago when you were too young to know better. Your mind has been following these unconscious instructions faithfully, creating the same outcomes over and over, while making you believe that's just how life is. Think of your mind as running on autopilot most of the time. Beneath your awareness lies a network of thought patterns that you've repeated thousands of times until they became your default programming. These patterns weren't chosen consciously. They were installed during your formative years, before you could evaluate if they served your highest good. Your childhood experiences planted powerful seeds in your mind. Phrases, "money doesn't grow on trees," "you're not good at math," or "watching adults struggle financially." These seemingly innocent moments created beliefs that now direct your life decades later. Once these patterns take root, they become invisible to us. Common limiting beliefs include, "I'm not worthy of love," "I can't afford that," "I always mess up relationships," "Success is for other people, not me," "I'm too old to start something new." These aren't just random thoughts. They're the architectural blueprints your mind uses to construct your daily experiences. What's remarkable is how we don't experience them as optional beliefs. They feel like absolute truths about reality. I remember working with a client who couldn't understand why her relationships kept following the same painful pattern. During our session, she suddenly recognized that a childhood comment about being too much for people had become the operating system for all her adult connections. That moment of awareness created the first crack in a lifetime pattern. Your mind constantly filters reality through these beliefs. When you hold the belief, "I'm not good enough," your brain becomes programmed to notice evidence confirming this view while dismissing contradictory information. This is confirmation bias at work, your mental filter ensuring you only perceive what matches your existing beliefs. Consider public speaking. If you believe you're not good at it, your brain highlights every stumble while overlooking moments when people nod in agreement. Your subconscious doesn't evaluate whether a thought serves you. It simply accepts it as a command to be carried out. These internal patterns manifest physically too. Your body responds to your thoughts. Negative self-talk can make your shoulders slump, your voice quieter, and your energy drop. Your physical presence becomes a reflection of your internal dialogue. Some people command attention when entering a room, while others seem to disappear. The difference isn't just in their actions. The liberating truth is that awareness itself begins breaking these patterns. Simply noticing recurring thoughts creates space between you and these thoughts. Instead of being trapped inside the pattern, you become the observer. This awareness is your first step toward freedom. The limiting beliefs you've carried aren't your fault. They were installed when you had no choice. But continuing to let them direct your life, now that you recognize them, that is a choice. Your subconscious mind has been designed to prove you right. When you tell yourself limiting stories, your brain works overtime to find evidence and create experiences matching those expectations. Your subconscious mind has been quietly operating on autopilot. But what if the simple act of bringing awareness to your thoughts could begin breaking their hold over you? The most remarkable transformation begins with a single question that creates the tiny space between stimulus and response where your freedom lies. Is this thought really true? Welcome to day one of our transformation journey, the day of awareness and interruption. This might be the most uncomfortable day because it asks you to do something most people avoid, to really listen to your inner dialogue without trying to change it yet. Just like turning on the lights in a dark room reveals what's been there all along, becoming aware of your thoughts can feel overwhelming at first. Begin your day one with a powerful morning ritual. The moment you wake up, before reaching for your phone, place your hand gently on your heart. Feel its steady rhythm beneath your palm, the warmth of your skin, and the gentle rise and fall of your breath as you set a clear intention. Today, I notice my thoughts without judgment. This simple gesture activates the heart-brain connection, priming your nervous system for greater awareness throughout the day. The next step involves a practical technique that makes the invisible visible. Carry a small notebook with you, nothing fancy, just something that fits in your pocket or purse. Whenever you catch a negative thought arising, write it down. For example, when you make a small mistake and think, "I always mess things up," simply record those exact words. Don't analyze it. Don't try to change it yet. Simply record it. By documenting these thoughts as they appear, you'll begin to see patterns you've never noticed before. What makes this practice so powerful is the pattern interruption phrase that follows. After writing down a negative thought, gently ask yourself, "That's an interesting thought. Is it really true?" This question creates a crucial pause between the automatic thought and your reaction to it. You're simply creating space around it, like stepping back to see a full picture rather than being pressed against a single detail. Your brain has specific windows of opportunity when it's naturally more receptive to new information. The early morning ritual takes advantage of one such window, but there's another one between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. During this afternoon period, take 5 minutes to review what you've collected in your notebook. Look for recurring themes. Are your negative thoughts mostly about your capabilities, your appearance, your financial situation? This afternoon check-in helps you identify which thought patterns have the strongest grip on your daily experience. This awareness practice begins to separate you from your thoughts. When you observe a thought without immediately identifying with it, you discover an empowering truth. You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are simply mental events passing through your awareness. Like clouds crossing the sky, the sky itself remains unchanged, vast and open, regardless of what clouds appear. Even a brief moment of awareness creates powerful neurological shifts. Each time you pause between a negative thought and your reaction, you're interrupting the automatic neural firing pattern that's been strengthened over years of repetition. This interruption actually begins weakening those well-worn pathways, making it easier to establish new ones later. By tracking your thoughts without judgment, patterns that have been operating beneath your conscious awareness will emerge. You might discover that certain situations consistently trigger specific negative thoughts. These discoveries aren't meant to discourage you. They're valuable insights that illuminate what's been running on autopilot, creating your current reality. The beauty of this practice lies in its simplicity. You don't need to meditate for hours or master complex techniques. You simply need to become the gentle observer of your own mind, catching thoughts as they arise and questioning their validity. This act of awareness holds tremendous power, because what remains unconscious controls us, but what becomes conscious can be transformed. My precious ones, the thoughts you've identified are like deeply worn paths in the forest of your mind. Becoming aware of them was your beautiful first step. But what comes next will determine whether you create fresh neural pathways or return to those familiar trails. Today, I want to share with you the most powerful tool for transformation, the very same one I used to heal myself and countless others when conventional methods couldn't reach those deep places within. Welcome to day 2 of your transformation journey, the day of active replacement. Today we'll introduce empowering language that reshapes your neural architecture through affirmations. Your morning begins with your hand over your heart, feeling your life force pulsing beneath your fingers. Now, you'll actively replace those negative patterns with powerful, present tense statements that reflect your magnificent core. This practice might feel strange at first. Discomfort during this phase is completely normal and necessary. When you begin speaking positively after years of negative self-talk, your brain will resist. As my dear colleague Joe Dispenza describes it, the discomfort you feel is temporary. It's the labor pain of your new self being born. This insight is critical because it explains why your body becomes chemically addicted to familiar emotional states, even negative ones, and will initially fight to maintain what it knows. This resistance doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you're doing it exactly right. Structure your affirmations in present tense, as if they're already true. Say, I am confident rather than I will become confident. This isn't about deceiving yourself. It's about instructing your magnificent subconscious mind to align with a new reality. If you notice thoughts like, I never have enough money, replace them with, money flows to me easily and abundantly. If you caught yourself thinking, nobody appreciates me, I am valued and appreciated for my unique gifts. Some of my most powerful affirmations, ones that have helped heal countless lives, including my own, are, I love and approve of myself. I am safe, and I trust the process of life. These simple yet profound statements address our deepest wounds around worthiness, security, and trust in the universe's abundant goodness. The effectiveness of your affirmations multiplies when you engage your emotions. Close your eyes and experience the feeling of each statement being true in your body. What beautiful sensations arise when you declare your safety and trust in life. Physical movement amplifies your practice. Try these specific approaches. Walk purposefully around your room while speaking affirmations aloud. Use deliberate hand gestures that embody your words. Sway or dance gently with your eyes closed as you repeat your affirmations. Stand tall with shoulders back while affirming your strength. Throughout day 2, whenever old thought patterns emerge, pause with love and replace them immediately with your new affirmation. Each repetition rewires your brain, strengthening new neural pathways while allowing old ones to weaken through disuse. The most effective affirmations directly counter your specific limiting beliefs. Personalized statements targeting your particular thought patterns create the strongest neural connections. When combining intentional self-talk with elevated emotion, you're teaching your body a new way of being. This creates a coherent signal that your brain responds to with remarkable sensitivity. Remember that resistance is natural. When your mind protests with, this is silly, or this isn't working, recognize these as defense mechanisms. Thank your mind for trying to protect you. Then gently continue with your affirmations. Persistence through resistance is what separates those who experience lasting transformation. You are so worth this effort, my darling. Every cell of your body is listening to your words. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you love, beyond measure, because that is exactly who you are. Persistence is vital, but emotion is the real engine behind your affirmation's success. Ever noticed how some people experience remarkable transformations through affirmations, while others see little change despite saying the same words? The missing ingredient isn't in the words themselves, but in what you feel as you speak them. When you repeat affirmations without genuine emotion, they become hollow seeds lacking the essential elements needed to flourish. Your emotional state serves as the water, sunlight, and nutrient-rich soil that allows these verbal seeds to take root in your subconscious and grow into your reality. Like planting a garden, affirmations require more than just dropping seeds on the ground. Consider how differently people respond to the same affirmation practice. Some transform their lives, while others see no results. The difference lies in their emotional engagement. When you infuse your words with genuine feeling, they penetrate deeper than mere intellectual understanding. What happens in your body when you speak affirmations with deep feeling? Each emotion creates a unique biochemical response flowing through your bloodstream. Positive emotions release dopamine and serotonin, natural, feel-good chemicals that enhance your optimism and energy, preparing your body to receive what your words declare. This biochemical response directly connects to your heart's emotional state. When you speak, "I am confident and capable," while feeling doubtful, your words and emotions send conflicting signals to your body. Your biochemistry responds more strongly to the emotion than the words. Heart-brain coherence technique harmonizes these signals. As you speak your chosen affirmations, intentionally generate feelings of gratitude, joy, or love in your heart center. When you activate these positive emotional states, your heart rhythm becomes more ordered, sending harmonizing signals to your brain that everything is well. This reduces stress hormones and creates a receptive state where new programming takes hold. Try this practice. Before speaking your affirmations, close your eyes and recall a moment when you felt profoundly grateful or loved. Feel that emotion expanding in your chest. Notice the warmth, the openness, the sense of possibility it creates. From within this emotional state, speak your affirmations and feel how differently they land in your body. Amplify this effect through visualization. As you speak your affirmations, engage all your senses to create a vivid internal movie of already living as that version of yourself. See the colors and details of your surroundings, hear the sounds, feel the textures and sensations in your body. You're providing your subconscious mind with a detailed blueprint of what you want to create. Different emotions carry unique frequency signatures that attract matching experiences into your life. Higher frequency emotions, like love, joy, and gratitude, draw in positive experiences that match their vibration. Lower frequency emotions like fear, anger, and shame tend to attract negative experiences. Your emotional state influences your perceptions, decisions, and the opportunities you notice or create. Speaking affirmations with genuine positive emotion influences gene expression, revealing the profound connection between your thoughts, feelings, and physical health. Your body responds to the biochemical state created by your emotions, whether triggered by external events or consciously generated through practices like emotionally charged affirmations. I encourage you to experiment with this for yourself. Take one of your affirmations and try saying it 3 different ways. First, with neutral emotion, then with doubt, and finally with genuine belief and excitement. Notice how differently your body responds to each approach. That bodily response determines whether your affirmation becomes merely words or a catalyst for real transformation. When you align clear, present-tense affirmations with elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, and love, you create a multidimensional instruction manual for your brain and body that says, "This is real. This is happening now. And this is how I want you to reconfigure my reality." My beloved friends, those neural pathways we've been discussing don't just change your thoughts. They're literally altering your precious physical body with every word you speak to yourself. What if the chronic pain or recurring illness you've been experiencing isn't just bad luck or misfortune, but actually a loving response to how you've been talking to yourself for years? I discovered this profound connection decades ago in my own healing journey, and now science is confirming what I've always known in my heart. Your body is always responding to your words, whether you realize it or not. This is empowering information that puts healing back in your hands. When you engage in negative self-talk, you create a state of emotional addiction within your beautiful body. Your cells become accustomed to the chemical cocktail released during negative thinking, making it difficult to shift into a positive mindset. Your body develops a craving for these familiar chemicals, pulling you back into old thought patterns, even when your spirit is ready for change. The science behind this is fascinating, darlings. Your thoughts directly influence your gene expression. Consistently negative self-talk triggers inflammatory responses throughout your body and weakens your immune function. A recent study in the Journal of Psychoneuroimmunology found that participants who practiced positive affirmations for just 21 days showed measurable decreases in cortisol levels and increased activity in immune-supporting cells. Your words are physical instructions to your body. Your body is like a magnificent orchestra, with each cell a musician waiting for your direction. The words you speak are the conductor's baton, setting the tempo and harmony of your entire biological symphony. When you conduct with loving words, every cell plays in beautiful harmony, creating the music of health and vitality. Positive self-talk produces beneficial neurochemicals like dopamine and serotonin that enhance your mood and promote genuine well-being. When you tell yourself, "All is well in my world," one of my favorite affirmations, you're creating a calm and confident biology, reducing stress hormones and promoting health in ways you can truly feel. I recently encountered a remarkable case study about a woman who struggled her entire life with mathematics. She would experience intense anxiety, mental blocks, and headaches whenever working with numbers. After learning about the power of self-talk, she began changing her inner dialogue. Instead of saying, "I'm terrible with numbers," she started affirming, "I'm developing a comfortable relationship with numbers." Within months, her anxiety disappeared, and the physical symptoms vanished as well, demonstrating how physical healing occurs through changes in self-dominated thought. Your body listens to every word you say to yourself, precious one. When you repeatedly tell yourself you're exhausted, your cells respond accordingly. Energy levels drop, and metabolism slows. But when you consistently affirm vitality and wellness, your body rallies to make that statement true. Your chemistry changes and cellular function improves. This is the science of psychoneuroimmunology, the study of how thoughts and emotions affect physical health. Every positive word alters your body's chemistry, leading to improvements in sleep quality, pain reduction, and enhanced energy throughout your day. The beauty in this understanding is the tremendous power it gives you, my darling. By changing your internal conversation, you're giving your cells new instructions. Rather than perpetuating patterns of disease, you're programming your body for healing and well-being. Your body doesn't distinguish between a real experience and one vividly imagined with emotion. When you affirm health while feeling grateful for your body, your nervous system responds as if that health is already present, creating a beautiful feedback loop where your physical state begins to match your words. What unexpected health benefits might you experience by changing how you speak to yourself? Many people report improved sleep, reduced pain, better digestion, clearer skin, and more consistent energy. These aren't coincidences. They're direct results of changing your internal environment through loving words. Your body hears every word you say. Speak to it with love and watch the miracles unfold. My precious, beautiful friends, the most beautiful gift you can give yourself is the next 72 hours. In my years working with people worldwide, I discovered something remarkable. Changing your self-talk for just 3 days creates profound shifts in your being because your subconscious processes 400 billion bits of information every second. Using your words as command codes, I lovingly encourage you to commit to this journey. Your transformation begins now with your next thought. Share your experience in the comments below as you progress. Our community is here to support you. Remember, every word either plants possibility or limitation in your mind's garden. You deserve your own kindness. All is well in your world right now. This is Louise, and I love you. Louise, and I love you. Louise, and I love you. Louise, and I love you.